Week 8 of Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, NFL Primetime. I'm Chris Berman along with Booger McFarland. Let us be the last to wish everybody a happy Halloween. Did you go out and get some candy?
Just a little trick-or-treating. The kiddos got a little bit. They had fun.
That's good. And plus, you know what? Unfortunately, there weren't as many trick-or-treaters as usual. Bad news, we have to eat the candy that's left in our house.
Exactly.
Hey, there were 3 games between teams of winning records, all on a Sunday afternoon. 3 other games, winning record versus a 500 record. So Sunday afternoon, chock full of good stuff. And when you talk about chock full of good stuff, 100-plus year history of the NFL, do you know the coaches that faced off against each other the most times? Well, if you guessed, George Halas, Curly Lambeau, 49 times they coached against each other. Why do I start with this? Because the best rivalry in this century, if you will, the last 20 years, Baltimore against Pittsburgh. And so those two, John Harbaugh, Mike Tomlin, met for the 28th time. Here we go with feeling from Baltimore. The lone undefeated team in the NFL would be the Pittsburgh Steelers. 1 loss, Baltimore off a bye. These guys know each other like, and their teams like the back of each other's hand. And very early, Robert Spillane knew Lamar Jackson like it was the back of his hand. He has made his mark, and it's just a few weeks of play.
That's just a bad throw by Lamar Jackson. Spillane dropped in his own coverage, and Lamar didn't see him, boom.
And it's 7-0 Pittsburgh in Baltimore. Now, Ravens on 3rd and goal. Jackson, Miles Boykin. We got a ball game, 7-all, and Baltimore up 17-7 at the half, outgaining Pittsburgh like 2-1. Now, 3rd quarter. Jackson. Oh, we just floated it. Alex Highsmith is there. Another one.
Jackson was thinking Highsmith was on the underneath receiver. He dropped back. Nice play by Highsmith. Fooled Jackson.
And so the Steelers in business at the 21. Big Ben, Eric Ebron. I would say, Booger, he's open. 18 yards. 17-14. Lamar says, hey, that's on me. We'll get it. Now, 2nd and 13. Pittsburgh ball again, 3rd quarter. Big Ben to Juju Smith-Schuster. Smith was in the end zone, but Schuster would stop at the 1-yard line. Don't worry, James Conner bulls it in. And just like that, Pittsburgh up 21-17.
Nice job punching it in there. Pittsburgh couldn't run the ball all day, but they got it done there.
3rd and 14 Ravens. Jackson. Oh, he had Devin Duvernay way deep. I mean, it's a 39-yard completion, but he had to spin to get it. But then Jackson, Marquise Brown, and Ravens back up on top with 12 minutes to go.
Just next-level quarterback play by Lamar, buying time and allowing a receiver to come open.
Now Pittsburgh driving, under 8 to go. Chase Claypool, this rookie, every week you hear from him, and he's hearing from the few in the stands. Big Ben hits him 28-24 against John Harbaugh's Ravens. 2 minutes to go, 4th and 3, Baltimore. Oh! Isaiah Buggs stops Jackson short of the first down.
We don't often say it, boom. What a play by the nose tackle.
Well, the big fellas look at a one-handed pull down. Mike Tomlin fired up. And now the Steelers have the ball. Can they put it away? 3rd and 2. No! Ravens defense stopped James Conner.
What a lick by the rookie. Patrick Queen filling the hole. Outstanding play by him.
Now the Ravens have the ball, so they get it. 26 seconds to go. It's 4th and 2. Jackson to Slammin' Willie Snead. Always a golf theme. 32 yards. Here come the Ravens. Tick, 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 tick. They spike it. 5 seconds. Lamar. Oh, that's a big play by Minkah Fitzpatrick. Double coverage. He had to try it.
Doing his job. Minkah sitting in center field, reading Lamar Jackson's eyes. That is a textbook break on the ball to win the game for the Steelers.
So the Pittsburgh Steelers come into Baltimore. And in a game where if you looked at the statistics, other than turnovers, that Baltimore had its way. They had the ball for 35 minutes. They had over 450 yards. Pittsburgh for 221. But Lamar Jackson, 4 turnovers, 2 fumbles, 2 picks. Pittsburgh remains undefeated. They are 7-0.
We acknowledge that, that they were coming off of a bye and they were beating us to the punch a little bit. And so that's just life. We adjusted. We didn't blink.
They got after us, and it wasn't pretty. I don't think at any point in this game, offensively, was it a pretty game. Was it? First half wasn't pretty. Second half wasn't pretty. I mean, nothing about this game was pretty from our perspective until the game was over and we looked at the scoreboard and saw that we had won.
The turnovers, I feel, is the reason we lost the game. I put that on me.
Made a lot of plays. The turnovers, obviously, were disappointing. You don't. I mean, that's the difference in the game in some ways, obviously, and that's part of it. So we're disappointed with that part of it.
Well, I mean, look, Pittsburgh is the last undefeated team. They go into Tennessee, who was unbeaten, beat them. They go into Baltimore with one loss, and they beat them. So Steelers, 7-0. They've never been, as a franchise, 8-0.
Well, and the Steelers played really, really well enough in the end to win this game. Boom. If you looked at the statistics, you think, man, Baltimore ran away with this game. They rushed for 265 yards. They limited Big Ben and all the Steeler offense, but in the end, it was the turnovers. The Steeler defense, 2 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles on Lamar Jackson. That was the difference in the ballgame. Otherwise, Baltimore dominated this game up and down the field, but the Steeler defense was able to come up with timely pressure and turnovers from Jackson.
I think Ben had like 4 completions for 20-something yards in the first half. But now, look, I hate to get to this point, first week in November.
Right.
But the next 3 Pittsburgh games, at Dallas, home Cincy, who's obviously much better than we remember, but still, and at Jacksonville, before they play Baltimore on Thanksgiving night in Pittsburgh, they have a head of steam now. Boy, they won those 2 road games.
They should be set up to be 10-0 the next time they play the Baltimore Ravens on Thanksgiving night. Mike Tomlin's got to be really, really satisfied. They didn't play their best ball today, and they went against their arch rival, and they won the ball game. This is great coaching tape that he can teach from, especially offensively. Probably their worst offensive outing of the season, but you still won the game. That's something you can build off.
They won in Baltimore. And you know what it is since 2000, these two?
What's that?
I think it's now Pittsburgh 25, Baltimore 24.
Yeah, it's really
How's
close.
that?
Yes.
How's that? And by the way, so now the Miami Dolphins, 3-3. Their bye week got shifted up by a month. Fitzy playing well. You're going to put Tua in against Aaron Donald and the Rams? What are you doing? Well, guess what? They know what they're doing, as it turned out. There he is, Tua Tagovailoa. And all of Hawaii, the 50th state, watching as Tua says, yeah, I heard about this Aaron Donald. Hello.
Boom. Other than Patrick Mahomes, I think he's the best player in the league. You don't always have to tackle the guy with the football. Just knock the ball out. That's a sack also. Great play by Aaron Donald.
So you figure, okay, here they go. The Rams, by the way, the 4th trip to the Eastern time zone already. Jet sweep, Robert Woods, 7-0 Los Angeles.
Nobody's receivers get more rushing touchdowns than the Rams.
Yep. So Tua says, all right, don't worry. It's early. It's hot. They're going to wilt, and I'm going to find Jakeem Grant. First lefty to start in 5 years. Kellen Moore 5 years ago was the last one. Dallas in the last week of the season. And there's the first touchdown pass. Devontae Parker, Tommy, from Louisville to his first career TD.
So far, so good. Looking poised. Nice throw low where only his receiver can get it, even though there was DPI on the play.
But the story wasn't really Tua. The story was the way the Miami Dolphins took a Tua, the Rams, in all ways. Emmanuel Ogbah blows it up. Andrew Rip Van Ginkel wakes up from a 20-year sleep. He's gone. 78-yard touchdown.
It was a clinic all day long by Brian Flores. 0 blitz, pressure on Goff, making him make quick decisions, and he couldn't.
And so the Dolphins now 14-7 lead. So this is like a minute and a half later. Jakeem Grant. There's not been a punt return in the NFL thus far this year. Uh-oh. No, he's between the defenders. He could go all the way. There is 1 punt return thus far this year in the NFL. It's 21-7 Miami Dolphins. 3 minutes to go in the half. Look out. A former Bill Shaq Lawson knocks the ball loose. A former Patriot, Kyle Van Noy, picks it up, and Miami is down to the 1.
The biggest mistake most teams make, having a tight end block a defensive end. There is no way that should happen. Miami did that, and they paid for it.
4th turnover of the half for Goff, and at the 1, number 94, big Christian Wilkins. Not the fridge, but the keg with the block for Myles Gaskin touchdown.
Yeah, little baby fridge.
Little baby fridge. 28-7 Miami. Now, 28-10. 3rd quarter, Goff pressured, incomplete. Miami, they scored every way, as we showed you. Tua, a winner. Miami is 4-3, and they beat the Rams 28-17. Rams have 1 more trip to the Eastern time kickoff. They play at Tampa Bay, but look, they've won the first 3. Miami won. Tua, 1-0.
Try to step up, make a throw. Aaron Donald, swiped at the ball behind me, and I don't know who the guy was that took me off my feet and pretty much body slammed me. But hey, that's football, and I'm not gonna lie, I did enjoy getting hit that first time. That was definitely a welcome. I've heard it many times from the guys in the locker room. It's good that we still came out with the win. And aside from that, thank God we got a good defense.
Atop the AFC East forever has stood New England. Oh my goodness, the Buffalo Bills have lost 15 of 16 at home to the Patriots or to Bill Belichick, winning only in 2011 in their stadium. Windy as heck in the Ralph. Josh Allen and the Bills, would this be the day? Well, he runs for 19. The Bills are marching first quarter. A couple plays later, this youngster, the rookie Zach Moss, he looked good. The offensive line looked good. 7-0 Buffalo.
Bills' offensive line was outstanding all day. Zach Moss ran really hard, and his vision was great, Boom.
And Cam Newton, late first. Coming off a couple of rough games. Look, sacked by Quentin Jefferson. New England offense yet to score a touchdown in the first quarter all
Just
year.
didn't have a feel for what they wanted to do early on.
Well, it's only 7-6. Third quarter. Josh Allen. Little play action, looking deep, now looks under. These are things he didn't necessarily do as a rookie, right? A couple years ago, Stephon Diggs, a big 41-yard gain inside the 5, and then here's that O-line and Moss. What? Literally, the offensive line bringing him into the end zone. I'm in there.
And the Patriots defense just not showing any toughness. You got to stand up and keep him out there.
75-yard drive, 14-6. Damian Harris been hurt. This young man ran hard. 22, that's of course a man named Damian around Halloween's going to have a good game. 14-12, and New England's going to go for 2. And Cam is going to get it. Jacoby Myers tied at 14. Now, they try to surprise onside kick. Didn't get it. So the Bills take over in plus territory, and Allen hands it to Devin Singletary. And this is the drive again, end of third, and is going to go into the fourth. It was a gamble that they tried to catch him napping, but it didn't work. A short drive touchdown, Allen a touchdown.
Great play call by offensive coordinator Brian Daboll. Empty out, quarterback draw, nice call.
21-14 Buffalo. Now, Harris, the boy, second half especially, bang! He just ran hard, north-south to the nth degree, down to the 10. Patriots, Cam, there were a couple collisions on this. He and Edmonds had a collision today that was interesting. So we're tied at 21. Now, Buffalo has kicked the field goal. Bass, the rookie, makes it 24-21. Cam, under 2 to go. They get into field goal range. Maybe good enough to win the game. Tick, 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 tick. 37 seconds to go. Newton, going to run left. They're going to get really deep. But Justin Zimmer, number 61, punches it out. Dean Marlowe falls on it for Buffalo.
As a defensive lineman, this is great pursuit by Zimmer, not giving up on the play, coming down and giving a chop. Big play by him.
It's been forever since they could say this in Buffalo, but you got to do it. No one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. It was dicey, but New England has lost 4 in a row to fall to 2-5, and the Bills, like last year, begin at 6-2. Certainly for New England, a position they have not been in for a long time.
I still am jeopardizing this team's success because of my lackluster performances of protecting the football. So, Coach trusts me with the ball in my hands, and I wouldn't want it any other way, and I just got to do a better job with protecting it.
Can you share sort of where your emotions were at?
How do you think we felt, Henry?
Thanks.
I played a few Love Me Tender. I had some Frank Sinatra going on today. That's life. So some good calming music that kept me in it. That was one of them. But our mindset, obviously, was just going 1-0.
I mean, since Coach Belichick took over the Patriots in 2000, record until today against Buffalo, both places, 35-5. In Buffalo, 18-2. You know as well as anybody, Boogie, in sports, when you haven't done something, we got a long way to go.
Yes.
First, few days in November here. But when you haven't done something, it's not very easy. Buffalo, that's why it was so dicey at the end, but they got over the hurdle, at least this game.
Boom, it's huge. When I was in Tampa, we couldn't get over the Philadelphia Eagle hump. We kept trying, and then finally when we got over, we went to the Super Bowl. The Bills, it's been mental for them. And on a day like today where it was windy, the weather was nasty, you couldn't really throw the football down the field, the more physically tough and mentally tough team won. And that was the Buffalo Bills. Their defense, it bent a little bit, but it didn't break, and they ran the football aggressively, more physical, and the defense made just enough stops. This was a big psychological win for the Bills because if you want to win the AFC East, at some point you got to beat the New England Patriots. And they did it today, and I think this is going to go a long way for this team.
Well, the Patriots certainly aren't throwing in the white flag at 2-5. But let's say this on New England. A long way to go. I'm not speaking for them at all. But I think, because it's real easy to say, Tom Brady, Bucs, first place, look great. Tom looks. I don't think anybody's surprised that Tom looks really good this year. And the Bucs are a better team right now overall than New England. I think this is going to be the roughest look for Boston and New England fans. You have to judge it in 2 or 3 years. Now, how does Tom play next year? Look, he may win 2 Super Bowls with Tampa.
Right.
I don't know. Right now, the optics aren't great. But I don't think if you really think about it, Booger, that anyone's surprised Tom doesn't look great. And given what New England's having to do, and whoever their quarterback will be moving forward in a year or two, I don't think we're that surprised, except 2-5 does jump out.
Nobody's surprised, but it just looks bad in New England right now because they're so limited offensively. And if Cam doesn't carry the entire offense, man, it's just tough to watch coming from a year removed from Brady, where he took basically the same guys and he spread the ball around. Cam can't do that right now.
Nope.
Plus, you got some guys opt out with COVID. It's just a tough look for the Patriots right now.
Tough look, but hey, for Buffalo, it's a look that they have not enjoyed.
Oh, yeah.
For a long time. Tell you what, a good right down the road on Lake Erie in Cleveland. You thought it was windy in Buffalo. Well, how was it for the Las Vegas Raiders? They came into Cleveland, who was a 5-2 team, and this looked like late December here.
Looks cold, Boo.
It is cold. Now, how was it for kicking? Daniel Carlson, 41-yard field goal. Whee! Doink!
Aim at the flag and the wind will blow it back, Boom. 7-iron.
Swing easy. just keep it. It's almost impossible. So, scoreless game. You knew points would be at a premium. Baker Mayfield, David Njoku. And we have the Njoku, we got the Riddler, we got the Penguin all around Halloween. It's a gain of 19. Mayfield trying to get people involved, and this is Cody Parkey. It snuck in from
little
41.
Stinger there. Keep it low, little stinger.
Hey, down below the wind. 3-0 Cleveland. Josh Jacobs can be a force, and he was on this day. 45 Raider carries for 208 on the day.
This is how the Raiders play, Boone. They want to control the football, control the line of scrimmage, and run the football and play time.
Well, that was Henry Ruggs, who got 9.5 toes in, and this was originally called out. They looked, and it was correct, huh?
It's still out, Boom. There's a hair of a toe on that line.
Yeah, John Gruden challenged it. They had to settle for a field goal. The Raiders lead 6-3 at the half. Wind, snow, everything. Mayfield, Jarvis Landry makes a nice move. 19-yard pickup. 3rd and 6 a few plays later. Mayfield looking for the end zone. Landry. Further review, first they say touchdown, then they reverse it.
Jarvis Landry, you squeeze the elbows, that ball will not go through and hit the ground. He didn't do it. Incomplete pass.
So they settle for a field goal, 6-6. Derek Carr. It doesn't snow like this in Vegas very much, but at any rate, they go 11 yards. Carr fired up, drive alive. Here's the big play, 3rd and goal from the 4 early 1st quarter to Hunter Renfrow. Touchdown. Now this, you like this call?
Love it. Nice little pivot route there by Hunter Renfrow, and nice throw by Derek Carr.
And the ball hit the ground, but he had full possession. Everybody looked at it, 13-6 Raiders. Now 16-6. Mayfield, Landry, 25 yards. How about, look, Ma, one hand.
Oh, thank God for sticking them in those gloves.
Two gloves, it's cold out. 2 minutes later, 3rd and 15. Mayfield looking for the end zone. Well, there was a stick but it was not the gloves. It was made by the Raiders.
Just a great play by Joyner. Ball in the air, dislodging the receiver from the ball.
And this time, Parkey 30. I mean, you can't blame the kickers. It's how far outside the right upright do you want to aim? So they're still down 10 with 2 minutes to go, and this sealed the game. Jacobs, 100-yard game. He's just a tough runner.
Yeah, just physical. 31 carries on the day. This was a John Gruden type of game. Time of possession, ball control. This is how he wants to play.
And look, the Raiders win in Kansas City. They win in 5-2 Cleveland, and or they were until the game. And so the Raiders are above 500. They're a force to be reckoned with. So at times, really good. 16-6. They win it. All right. Minnesota off to a horrid start. Green Bay off to a sharp start. Division game. Don't ever look past them. You know.
I know it.
Oh, this is going to be a breeze for Aaron Rodgers at home. Well, it's Halloween time. So, of course, the Adams family, Devontae Adams gets a touchdown. 7-0 Pack. They're going to roll again. They're going to roll. I mean, no, wait a minute. But Dalvin Cook, they didn't tell him that they were going to roll. Dalvin Cook was immense. 21 yards, tied at 7.
Becoming an issue for the Packer defense, stopping the run.
Then, neat, sweet, petite. 14-7, Devontae catches another one, 14-7. Pack. Cook couldn't stop him on the ground, in the air, and then from 1 yard out, do you think this is short order Cook here? But he was cooking for everybody today, Booger, wasn't he? Tied at 14.
Tough all day. Give a shout out to the Vikings offensive line. They played phenomenally.
Now, first play of the second half, Vikes. Look at Cook. Through the hole, into the secondary, bang. 37-yard pickup. And then later in the drive from the 1, another quick appetizer. Third touchdown of the day, 21-14.
We talk a lot about his athletic ability. His vision is underrated.
Now, Rodgers, the equanimous St. Browns. He feels strongly both ways. He tried to make the catch. That's a tough play. Loses control when he hits the ground. Now, part of the wind was a big problem. They were trying field goals before the game, and neither kicker was having a lot of fun. Crosby had a leg problem as well. So on 4th and 10, Matt LaFleur looked at everything involved, went for it, and this is Harrison Smith breaks up the pass to Brown.
He's been doing it a long time, a stalwart safety for the Vikings.
And so Kirk Cousins said, let me screen pass, because I have this guy, you might have heard of him, Dalvin Cook. And then look out, 50 yards, 4 touchdowns, 28-14. Vikings?
So many missed tackles from the Packers, though, Boom, but you got to give credit to Dalvin Cook. Phenomenal athletic play.
Dalvin Cook, 226 yards total offense on the day. Aaron Rodgers, to Devontae Adams. Touchdown. They go for 2, make it. 28-22, look at this play.
Just a nice route, Adams. If I'm the Vikings, I put 2 guys on him. He's the one receiver that Aaron Rodgers feel comfortable with.
So now it's a one-score game, as good as Cook and as good as the Vikings have played. Rodgers going to roll left to Robert Tonyan, 17 yards, but inbound, tick, 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 tick. We got to spike it. They do. 13 seconds. Rodgers. But look out from behind. DJ won him the game. Ball is out. It's a fumble.
Just a great sack, fumble by DJ. Fourth quarter pass rush is always prevalent in these games. Boom, you're going to need it from your defensive ends or someone to close out games. Minnesota got it there from DJ.
And so a big, division win, the way that, everything had looked for the way the Packers had rolled. And when they lose, now this was no blowout, but they don't look good when they lose, although they won 5 of 7 games. For Minnesota, this is pretty interesting. First player in 4 decades, Viking, to have 4 touchdowns in a game. That would be Ahmad Rashad, 1979, Chuck Foreman, 1975. We're going back. Now, those are guys.
Long time. I was 2 back then.
I watched. All right. So now we go to the top of the NFC. What last year, remember on the last play of the year, at the 1, the tackle is made by Greenlaw. The Seahawks don't get in. The Niners are the 1 seed. They go to the Super Bowl. Seattle has to be a wild card. So here they are again. Everybody in the NFC West is over 500. Seattle losing for only the first time all year last week to Arizona. Seahawks at home. They could use the 12th man because the Niners are hot. Michael Hasty. It's a fumble. Ryan Neal recovers for the much maligned Seattle defense.
This defense needed a turnover early, boom, and they got one. They haven't been playing well. This little birdie tells me that Pete Carroll may have peeked his head in the defensive meeting room this week.
Well, he knows what he's looking at. So does Ken Norton as well. And then combined, they kneel at the ball. Garoppolo now intercepted by DJ Reed. DB's moving up, especially since the short throwing, normally Niners, they made an adjustment.
Just an ill-advised throw by Garoppolo. You got to put that ball in front of Kittle, not behind him.
Now, every week we get the DK Metcalf show. Russell Wilson, DK. Look at this fella.
Wow.
Turns on the Jets. He's 6'10", 400. I mean, I'm kidding. 6-0, then Myers misses the extra point.
Boom, just a phenomenal athlete. Size, the combination of speed is unreal.
Now, and the Niners have scored to make it 7-6. San Francisco, Wilson, Metcalf. How about that pass? How about the route? How about the completion? And it's 35 yards, and then we went to you once. We'll play action. No one's going to out-muscle him to the ball, Boogie.
He's so big, even when you have pass interference on him, he can get inside, and Russell just puts it on the number.
So it's 13-7. Now, Wilson, forced to like their third-string running back. Talk about a guy spinning the hot stacks of wax. That's DJ Dallas catching it for a touchdown, 20-7 Seattle. Dante Pettis. Oh, it's a fumble on the kickoff. Nick Ballore recovers for the Seahawks. Pete Carroll fired up.
Yeah, especially when the special teams can make a play. Every head coach loves that, especially Pete Carroll.
Yeah. So now, Seattle plays every game, right, to one score. Wilson, David Moore. Seattle leads by 20, 27-7. San Francisco been so hot.
Just a great play by Wilson, eluding the defensive tackle in the pocket and making a throw.
Then Jimmy G, down 27-7, going to get tackled in the backfield, limps off. Mullins would come in. Garoppolo did not return. And here's Nick Mullins. 3rd and 5. At times he can be pesky. I know there was the one game everybody saw he did not play well. But when he's been in there, you also have George Kittle. That will be helpful. And Kittle looks shaken up, and he goes to the locker room. So, I mean, the Niners and Seahawks, but Niners so injured. And then DJ, what's your favorite hit? How about a touchdown? Seattle, San Francisco gets back to 10, but the Seahawks win a huge game, knocked the Niners back to 500, last year's NFC champs. The Seahawks back in the winner column to 6-1. They play Buffalo, they play Rams, they play Arizona. This is the heavy metal part of their schedule. And so for the Seattle Seahawks, a big win over the team that I know that they weren't second place San Francisco, but they came out and finally gave themselves a big number lead. Finally.
What do we talk about? Division opponent. They know you so well. You can take the records and throw them out of the way. If you're Seattle, we've seen all year long, Russ and his offense have been dominant. They've cooked. I wanted to see Seattle's defense. I thought their defense came out tonight. They played with energy. They had timely stops. And up until about midway through the third, beginning of the fourth quarter, the 49ers offense had nothing to show for it. Now they got some garbage yards late, but the Seahawks defense was better. They can win a Super Bowl with that defense the way they played tonight. Before today, I wouldn't have said that. So the Seahawks are starting to round into shape, becoming a complete team, Boom.
If you're watching, I remember they traded for Carlos Dunlap, Cincinnati. He can play next week.
Yes.
I think Jamal Adams is
Should be coming back soon.
You know his name you haven't heard? You know who's about ready to play for them? Snacks Harrison.
Big nose tackle.
Well, he's big. He might even be bigger than Metcalf. At least for now.
Yeah, for now.
By the way, we got to get Russell Wilson 26 touchdown passes this season with 4 on this day. Tom Brady 27 in 2007 is the only one more than that in NFL history.
He's playing great, Boom.
That'll work. The Lions, a rare 2-game winning streak. At the Colts off a bye. Frank Reich done a good job off byes as head coach. Won his previous 2. Phillip Rivers with the Colts down 7-0. The Lions looking to win 3 in a row. Phillip says, let's stop that. Marcus Johnson. Marcus Johnson is a great basketball player. First down, gain of 21. Now, this is fun. Nyheim Hines. Look at that lollipop, and then I'm I'm in, but I'm not done. Wait a minute. Hold for it. Boom, boom, boom. Sticks the landing.
Oh, it's been a long time since I did one of those, Boom.
It's been all 65 years for me. 7-7, we're tied. Rivers to Zach Pascal over them for it's a first down gain of 16. Rivers, Jack Doyle, touchdown. Indianapolis up 14-7. Minute to go in the first half. Colts in business. Rivers. Hines. Now you think that was a one-shot deal? No. We have this on our repertoire.
Matchup nightmare. Running back outside that can line up at wide receiver.
And he can do the flip. 20-7 Colts. Matthew Stafford. Carry on my wayward son Johnson with a touchdown. 20-14. But then he was all over the field, Booger, right? Darius Leonard, the strip sack, and the veteran Justin Houston with the recovery.
The Colts defense was dominant. The maniac, as Darius Leonard is known as, missed some games. Now that he's back, they're playing well.
Now Rivers, there's the hand up to Jordan Wilkins. He got it to him. It's a touchdown. Colts go for 2, get it. Now they're up 14, 28-14. Defense again, Indianapolis. Times we haven't seen this, but we know they have really good players there. Kenny Moore does the job with a pick 6. Boy, they did flips, they did pick 6, and then the Indy special. Trey Burton takes the direct snap. They were having fun, weren't they?
Oh, a lot of fun. Burton used to play quarterback at the University of Florida, so he's very familiar with taking snaps.
So Indy wins over Detroit 41-21. Phillip had 3 touchdown passes, and the Colts are 5-2. Titans, Bengals. Titans losing for only the first time all year last week against Pittsburgh. So certainly Cincinnati has played much better with Joe Burrow, but they'd get back on track against Cincinnati. Well, Joe Burrow, he has stayed the course. T. Higgins, beautiful play.
Sometimes you just give your receiver an opportunity to make a play, and they'll make you right, and T made Burrow right there.
Kick a field goal after that, 3-0 Cincinnati. Ryan Tannehill, what are they? Something like 16-5. I may have the numbers wrong as a starter for Tennessee, but on this play, Jesse Bates out of the Bates Motel makes the pick. Titans up empty-handed. Burrow saying, well, T. Higgins, you're going to make a play like that? I'm going to go to you again. Well, that would be a flag.
Yeah, when you're the DB and you're in that situation, just turn around, make a play on the ball, try to play through the receiver's hands, and he had DPI there.
And so then Samaje Perine. Is there a Perine on every team this year?
Just about.
The Bengals lead it 10-0. Bengals? They lead 10-0. You know Derrick Henry's going to get involved on 3rd and 1. That's a first down. Now 3rd and goal. Who's going to get the ball?
You already know it.
Do we know? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we know, and we know the result. Touchdown, Henry, Titans. They cut it to 10-7. 4th and 4, Bengals. They're going to go for it. Burrow. Time has come today. He hits Higgins for 22 yards and a first down.
Just love how patient he was. He didn't panic, Boom.
And that reward with 3rd and 1. You know, if Mixon's hurt and you got Gio Bernard off the bench, that's pretty good.
One of the best number 2 backs in football.
17-7, Cincinnati over Tennessee. Now 4th quarter, Burrow reintroduces himself to Tyler Boyd. Step up, step back. Maturity already in the pocket.
Yeah, beyond his years.
Now, a couple plays later. Where did Burrow go to school again? I don't remember.
LSU.
That's right, I forgot. Burrow, where did you go? Never mind, Du Bois, where did you go?
LSU.
Thank you, I forgot. 24-7, the Bengals. Now Burrow on 3rd and 9. Oh, Boyd with
that. Oh. How about that?
One.
Throw it to your receiver, loft it. Don't put too much velocity on it so your receiver can turn around and catch it.
So now Burrow, Bernard. Yep, a couple of touchdowns for him. And the Cincinnati Bengals, they lay into the Tennessee Titans. The Titans, as we said, one of the last undefeated teams, but they've now lost 2 in a row, and the Bengals are 2-5-1. Burrow threw for 249. At Cincinnati, they've been fun to watch, and they finally get rewarded with a win. All right, out to the AFC West. Snow in Denver a week ago. This time the LA Chargers, much nicer there. Justin Herbert, Chargers against the Broncos. This was fun. Herbert, Mike Williams. Look, Ma, one hand.
Unbelievable throw. Mike Williams, one of the better deep ball receivers in the league. But look at the touch, putting it only where the receiver can catch it, and then the one-hand pin by Mike Williams.
That's beautiful. The Chargers lead 21-3. 3 touchdown passes, 4 straight games. First player in Charger history to do it. Herbert, really, with Dan Fouts and John Haley. At any rate, Phillip Lindsay runs hard, great hair, 55-yard touchdown. Broncos cut it to 24-10. The Chargers have gotten out to so many big leads this year. Certainly they wouldn't blow this one. Herbert, picked off by Bryce Callahan. How about this pick?
A little bit of an underthrow. A little bit of an underthrow there by him. I like the way the DB pinned it. Look at him, boom.
Wow.
One hand. If Herbert gets that to the outside, he can't make a great play by the DB.
That's unbelievable. Now Broncos inside the 10. Drew Lock. And the Broncos trail it only 24-17 to Albert Okwuegbunam. Whatever happened to Al Smith? Doesn't he play in the league anymore? 7.5 to go. Lock, 40 yards to Deshaun Hamilton. Broncos trail 27-24. They are fired up. Chargers kick field goal. They lead 30-24. Melvin Gordon, you know he wants to beat the Chargers, right? Former squad gets the ball, rushes it to the 10. And now, Lock, Hamilton, I should say rushes it 10 yards to the 38. First down, Lock, 31 seconds on 3rd and 5 to Gordon. Picks up the first down. It's close now. 7 seconds, 4th and 4. Down by 6. Lock to the end zone. They got to call it right, Booker Brandon fashion. Wasn't fashionable.
Good call by the ref, but you got to throw
1 second left, so now Lock, give it new life. Rolls, slings, KJ Hamler. Originally ruled incomplete. Let's look. 2 cheeks in.
2 cheeks in, 1 cheek. 1 cheek is 2 feet. So
Well,
got 2 cheeks. That's really good.
So they score with a second to go. They make the extra point. And the Denver Broncos come from way by the point. The Chargers, another big lead. But you know what? These teams, look, everybody's looking up at Kansas City and even the Raiders. They're putting on a good show.
Young, down 21 to come back. This was a growing game for Drew Lock. They'll be better off next year for this game. Nice performance, though, by the Broncos.
Largest comeback 8 years for the Denver Broncos. The Chargers, remember, their schedules got changed like 5 times. They have a bye next week. They're on their way. They just can't seal the deal. Saints, Bears. Bears looked dreadful Monday night against the Rams, but look, they beat Tampa at Soldier Field. And into town come the Saints. Nick Foles against Drew Brees. Nobody at the end of the half is better than Drew Brees. Brees, the Jared Cook 16-yard touchdown. Saints trail 13-3. And so it changed 13-3 to 13-10. Game changed on that play.
And doing it with no Michael Thomas, too, even more impressive.
So hand off to David Montgomery. Minimal gain. Javon Wims, C.J. Gardner-Johnson talking. Gardner-Johnson pulls Wims' mouthpiece out, really?
Oh.
More on them later. Can't wait to see it. Foles to Allen Robinson. Cuckoo Kachu, it's 5 yards. Now Wims, Gardner-Johnson, Janoris Jenkins. Earlier in the game, Gardner-Johnson put his finger in Anthony Miller's face mask.
Who knew a mouthpiece could turn into fisticuffs?
Well, who knew that Saints Bears would renew acquaintances like this? 2 swings, scrum. There's the mouthpiece out.
Oh.
The Windy City.
Yeah, tempers flaring in the Windy
I
City.
would say. All right. Oh! And then,
a 2-piece.
So
with the pepper.
This is, well, look, New Orleans doesn't have a hockey team. Chicago sure does. So I think there at least 5 minutes for fighting. They're both ejected. We're going to skate shorthanded. You get the point. Meanwhile, back to the game. 2nd and 20. Foles. Oh, no. That's Marshawn Lattimore on a way underthrown ball. Leads to a field goal. Saints lead 16-13.
Terrible throw by Nick Foles. Just terrible.
Now, Saints. Breeze. That's Taysom Hill. Down at the bottom. No, that's Taysom Hill right there. 20 yards, quarterback to quarterback, kind of touchdown Saints.
The best Swiss Army knife in football. Nice route there by Taysom Hill and a great pass by
23-13 New Orleans. Now, 3.5 to go in the fourth. 3rd and goal Bears. Foles. Darnell Mooney, really a speedster, but on 3rd and goal from that short, he makes the nice play. It's now 23-20.
Mooney's coming on strong for this Bears receiving core.
Foles. 1.5 to go. Anthony Miller. Get out of bounds, 11 yards, drive alive. Oh, no, it's a field goal to tie the game, really? Chicago, Cairo Santos, Windy City, 51 yards. Yay! Good. It's good. We go to overtime, 23-all. Both teams have punted once. Now Breeze, Saints, Traquan Smith. And I'm pretty sure, unless there was one missed in this game, Will Lutz has not missed a field goal or extra point this year up until this day. And in overtime, he was perfect from 35 yards. So the Saints, in another wild game, beat the Bears. Saints 5-2, and the Bears are 5-3 in a New Orleans. They hung in there. It didn't look good for a while. I'm telling you, that touchdown at the end of that half changed a lot of things.
Oh, there's no question. And for the Bears, their second loss in a row. But when you look at the Saints, Boom, to win with no Michael Thomas, he missed another game. There's something fishy going on down in New Orleans. I don't know what's going on, but they won. Hopefully Michael Thomas can come back, because when he's there and that offense is whole, they're tough to stop.
You know, some offense definitely for the Bears in this game. Saints play the Bucs next. Bears play the Titans. So both teams have some tall tasks. Kansas City, how do you think this turned out? They're playing the 0-7 Jets. They're in Arrowhead. Patrick Mahomes warming up, snowing last week. Game, Denver, big win. This, snowed at Kansas City early in the week, no snow here. He shall be a Le'Veon Bell. He can catch the screen for Andy Reid, can't he?
Almost like he was back in Pittsburgh, dare I say.
Well, he was playing against a team that let him go 2 weeks ago against the Jets, so he enjoyed it. Now, one of the shortest touchdown passes in the history of Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Mecole Hardman takes it from Mahomes, and good call by one of my favorite nicknames of all time, and he will be a head coach, Eric Sleeping with Bieniemy. 7-0 Chiefs. Oh, how about this? Tommy Townsend, the punter to Byron Pringle. Once you pop, you cannot stop.
What a call by Big Red Andy Reid.
Yeah, nice. Bieniemy, they're having fun. Now, speaking of having fun, Mahomes, the overhand variety. Mimi, the Roadrunner. Tyreek Hill. You know what? I scored. I want to go up here. Hey, man, any fans? Yeah, we have some fans at Arrowhead. Hold on a minute. You want the ball? Hey, here you go. And, oh, we're having a good time. It's 14-3. Now, how about this? Is that fast pitch softball?
Underhand. I love it.
Oh, well, that's a dunk. We had softball and a dunk by Travis Kelce.
It's one of their favorite plays. They ran it on Monday night against the Baltimore Ravens, and they ran it again today, both for touchdowns.
I mean, he had some juice on that under. 21-9. Now, Mahomes. All right, who hasn't scored? Let's see. How about DeMarcus Robinson? Coverage wasn't bad. There was a flag. It's a touchdown, 28-9.
Just a great throw as he's drifting back. An unbelievable arm by Mahomes.
Now Mahomes said, you know what, Tyreek, I know you had fun. You want to have some more fun? Yeah, we're having fun. Football is the game, right? Tyreek Hill, it's a touchdown for Mahomes, who threw 5 Look.
Just carried him off. Nice little piggyback ride there, day after Halloween.
Yeah, you know, it's
have a little fun.
Day and everything. And the Chiefs, Kansas City Chiefs, are 7-1. And the Jets, they're trying. But, I mean, Mahomes had 5 touchdown passes on this day. The Jets have 4 touchdown passes all season long. Well, so let's, Booger, go back to the first game that we showed, which was still undefeated Pittsburgh at 7-0, beating Baltimore in Baltimore. Not, they've had a couple games and Ben hasn't been great. This game, Baltimore outgained them like 2-1. But as you said earlier, they know how to win. And, they have Devin Bush hurt. They have certain things that have happened. When you know how to win, it's really contagious.
Even when you don't have your fastball and you figure out a way to get it done, your defense can make timely stops. I think you got to feel good if you're Mike Tomlin. Also on the flip side, if you're John Harbaugh and you're Baltimore, you were down 2 starting offensive linemen. One of your best pass rushers, Matthew Judon, got kicked out of the game. Oh, and by the way, your quarterback had 4 turnovers, and you had a chance to win on the last play of the game. I don't think Baltimore is losing much sleep tonight. These 2 teams are going to meet again, maybe a 3rd time in the postseason.
The only question I would have, and look, and they've tried to, look, Lamar is the MVP.
Yes.
He can't be the MVP every year. Are we concerned a little bit? I mean, it's great when you're up by 20 points, and he can do things nobody can do. Are we concerned a little bit about steady play? I don't mean on a one-off, but it's not been a few games since he's been the MVP that we saw last year.
My biggest concern, Boom, if they can't run the football or they get down by 2 scores, can they come back? Can he throw the football well enough? Can he read the coverages down the field well enough to make the big plays? That is the biggest question. Other than that, he's phenomenal, but he's still yet to do it behind 10 to bring his team back. He hasn't done it yet.
Well, look, we got a long way to go, but I know that we should remind everybody. I mean, you guys know this, but this year only 1 bye per conference. So as good as Baltimore's record is, and Kansas City with 1 loss at the moment, it would be Pittsburgh, and everybody else got to play an extra game. So, you know, at the top, it ain't easy, and we're only halfway through. Now we go from that tough division, the AFC North, a little NFC East where everybody's in it.
Oh.
Well, everyone's in it. That's why Scott Van Pelt has highlights of the Eagles and the Cowboys, Scotty.
Boomer, I'd say somebody had to win it, but as Philadelphia has shown, maybe not. They've already got a tie, but by rule, someone's going to win the NFC East. Philadelphia's schedule gets tougher moving forward, but welcoming the rookie, Ben DiNucci, they got to get this right. Well, it's 3-0 Dallas. They're knocking on the door for more. Brandon Graham, though, knocks it out on the sack, recovers the fumble, and on the ensuing drive, Philadelphia in Cowboys territory. Carson Wentz finds Travis Fulgham. Beautiful pass. And they're in the red zone. Later in the drive, Jalen Reagor, rookie out of TCU. Nice play design, and that's the first touchdown for the rookie. 7-3, Philadelphia leads. Still 7-3. It's 4th and 3. They're on the Cowboys side of the field. They go for it. Wentz gets blasted by Leighton Vander Esch. Dorrance Armstrong recovers, leads to a field goal for Dallas. Wentz turned it over not once, not twice, 3 times in the first half. Still 7-6 after that field goal. Again, basically the exact same spot in the field. Go for it again, don't get it again. It's a windy night in Philly, but Greg Zuerlein's got a gigantic leg. This one's tailing at the end, but that's good from 59 yards. And the Cowboys and Mike McCarthy take a lead into the locker room. Could they turn this listless season around? No, they could not. Wentz, Dallas Goedert, back after being out with injury. Philadelphia gets healthy. They figure to be the team to win this division, even though that schedule does get tougher. There he is again, Fulgham. Since that Sunday night game against San Francisco where he caught the game-winning touchdown, he's become a weapon in the passing game. 3rd and 6, middle of the 4th quarter. DiNucci gets hit. The ball's out. Ball gets kicked. TJ Edwards with the sack. Vinny Curry had it. It gets punched out, and Rodney McLeod's going to score. But hold on. Curry had it, was down, right? I mean, you tell me. Okay, ball's out, and Curry's on it, and he's got it. Play's dead. They pull it out, no whistle. They look at it, and it's a touchdown, which was significant to some. That made it 21-3. The Cowboys then took an intentional safety, which made your ultimate final score 23-9. Philadelphia had a struggle with the Giants on a Thursday night. They head to the Meadowlands next week. Meanwhile, the Cowboys welcome the unbeaten Steelers. And for the moment, Philadelphia, who, as I mentioned, schedule gets tougher moving forward, but they seem to be the team to beat in the NFC East.
All right, thank you as always. So next week, I think every completion and every touchdown that Tom Brady played against Drew Brees for the 2nd time this year, next week at Tampa, one moves ahead of the other and all these things. And that'll be fun to watch, won't it?
It will be, especially after the first game they played, the game 1 of the season. Now, see what Brady can do coming back. Can't wait to watch that one.
You know what's interesting? They never play. Of course, you know me. I'm kind of interested in these 2 teams. Seattle at Buffalo. Seattle defense better. Buffalo offensively certainly running the ball better. Like off of Week 8's game. Week 9 could be a lot of fun. Oh, they're still going to be partying from the win over the Patriots in Buffalo, if I know them very well. And I do. For Booker McFarland, I'm Chris Berman. Thanks for watching NFL Primetime. It's fun every week.